I'm the boss of all bosses, so be cautious. I make it flood in the club, homie, my style awesome. I got your bitch seasick when she see chips that I'm tossing. It's nothing to a stunner, baby, I'ma keep ballin'. I'm the boss of all bosses, so be cautious. I make it flood in the club, homie, my style awesome. I got your bitch seasick when she see chips that I'm tossing. It's nothing to a stunner, baby, I'ma keep ballin'.
Got my poker face on, please watch your hand. I'm from the city where anybody can get it, quit playing. Keep Cardi's on my face so I can watch the shade. More money, more problems, I'm used to hate. V6, 8160 on the dash. Mercedes, baby, I'm the leader of the new class. If you ain't talking money, I can't really hear you clear. My shooters is magicians, they'll make you disappear.
I'm the boss of all bosses, so be cautious. I make it flood in the club, homie, my style awesome. I got your bitch seasick when she see chips that I'm tossing. It's nothing to a stunner, baby, I'ma keep ballin'. I'm the boss of all bosses, so be cautious. I make it flood in the club, homie, my style awesome. I got your bitch seasick when she see chips that I'm tossing. It's nothing to a stunner, baby, I'ma keep ballin'.
I'ma keep ballin'. This message red like record. I'm thrilling like Mike. Shit, I'm about this like Jordan. Get that coupe and I push it. Get a bad bitch, they push it. Fucked her right in the Mercedes. She was going horses like Porsches. I'm going crazy, I crazy. Going on track, I just torch it. I'm just ballin', I'm going crazy on this beat. I scotch torch it. Money out fucking day until the house looks so gorgeous. I'm a big boss, man. I know you broke, niggas can't afford it.
I'm the boss of all bosses, so be cautious. I make it flood in the club, homie, my style awesome. I got your bitch seasick when she see chips that I'm tossing. It's nothing to a stunner, baby, I'ma keep ballin'. I'm the boss of all bosses, so be cautious. I make it flood in the club, homie, my style awesome. I got your bitch seasick when she see chips that I'm tossing. It's nothing to a stunner, baby, I'ma keep ballin'. I'm the boss of all bosses, so be cautious. I make it flood in the club, homie, my style awesome. I got your bitch seasick when she see chips that I'm tossing. It's nothing to a stunner, baby, I'ma keep ballin'. I'm the boss of all bosses, so be cautious. I make it flood in the club, homie, my style awesome. I got your bitch seasick when she see chips that I'm tossing. It's nothing to a stunner, baby, I'ma keep ballin'.
Got my poker face on, please watch your hand. I'm from the city where anybody can get it, quit playing. Keep Cardi's on my face so I can watch the shade. More money, more problems, I'm used to hate. V6, 8160 on the dash. Mercedes, baby, I'm the leader of the new class. If you ain't talking money, I can't really hear you clear. My shooters is magicians, they'll make you disappear.
I'm the boss of all bosses, so be cautious. I make it flood in the club, homie, my style awesome. I got your bitch seasick when she see chips that I'm tossing. It's nothing to a stunner, baby, I'ma keep ballin'. I'm the boss of all bosses, so be cautious. I make it flood in the club, homie, my style awesome. I got your bitch seasick when she see chips that I'm tossing. It's nothing to a stunner, baby, I'ma keep ballin'.
I'ma keep ballin'. This message red like record. I'm thrilling like Mike. Shit, I'm about this like Jordan. Get that coupe and I push it. Get a bad bitch, they push it. Fucked her right in the Mercedes. She was going horses like Porsches. I'm going crazy, I crazy. Going on track, I just torch it. I'm just ballin', I'm going crazy on this beat. I scotch torch it. Money out fucking day until the house looks so gorgeous. I'm a big boss, man. I know you broke, niggas can't afford it.
I'm the boss of all bosses, so be cautious. I make it flood in the club, homie, my style awesome. I got your bitch seasick when she see chips that I'm tossing. It's nothing to a stunner, baby, I'ma keep ballin'. I'm the boss of all bosses, so be cautious. I make it flood in the club, homie, my style awesome. I got your bitch seasick when she see chips that I'm tossing. It's nothing to a stunner, baby, I'ma keep ballin'. I'm the boss of all bosses, so be cautious. I make it flood in the club, homie, my style awesome. I got your bitch seasick when she see chips that I'm tossing. It's nothing to a stunner, baby. I'ma keep ballin'. I'm the boss of all bosses, so be cautious. I make it flood in the club, homie. My style awesome. I got your bitch seasick when she see chips that I'm tossing. It's nothing to a stunner, baby. I'ma keep ballin'.
Got my poker face on, please watch your hand. I'm from the city where anybody can get it, quit playing. Keep Cardi's on my face so I can watch the shade. More money, more problems, I'm used to hate. V6, 8160 on the dash. Mercedes, baby, I'm the leader of the new class. If you ain't talking money, I can really hear you clear. My shooters is magicians, they'll make you disappear.
I'm the boss of all bosses, so be cautious. I make it flood in the club, homie, my style awesome. I got your bitch seasick when she see chips that I'm tossing. It's nothing to a stunner, baby, I'ma keep ballin'. I'm the boss of all bosses, so be cautious. I make it flood in the club, homie, my style awesome. I got your bitch seasick when she see chips that I'm tossing. It's nothing to a stunner, baby, I'ma keep ballin'.
I'ma keep ballin'. This message red like record. Gone thrilling like Mike. Shit, I'm about this like Joy. Get that coupe and I push it. Get a bad bitch, they push it. Fucked her right in the Mercedes. She was going horses like Porsches. I'm going crazy, I crazy. Going on track, I just torch it. I'm just ballin', I'm going crazy on this beat. I scotch torch it. Money all fucking day until the house looks gorgeous. It's running up. Big boss, man, I know you broke, niggas can't afford it. Yeah.
I'm the boss of all bosses, so be cautious. I make it flood in the club, homie, my style awesome. I got your bitch seasick when she see chips that I'm tossing. It's nothing to a stunner, baby, I'ma keep ballin'. I'm the boss of all bosses, so be cautious. I make it flood in the club, homie, my style awesome. I got your bitch seasick when she see chips that I'm tossing. It's nothing to a stunner, baby, I'ma keep ballin'. I'm the boss of all bosses, so be cautious. I make it flood in the club, homie, my style awesome. I got your bitch seasick when she see chips that I'm tossing. It's nothing to a stunner, baby, I'ma keep ballin'. I'm the boss of all bosses, so be cautious. I make it flood in the club, homie, my style awesome. I got your bitch seasick when she see chips that I'm tossing. It's nothing to a stunner, baby, I'ma keep ballin'.
Got my poker face on, please watch your hand. I'm from the city where anybody can get it, quit playing. Keep Cardi's on my face so I can watch the shade. More money, more problems, I'm used to hate. V6, 8160 on the dash. Mercedes, baby, I'm the leader of the new class. If you ain't talking money, I can really hear you clear. My shooters is magicians, they'll make you disappear.
I'm the boss of all bosses, so be cautious. I make it flood in the club, homie, my style awesome. I got your bitch.
Y'all on there?
You gotta turn down though.
What? Oh.
That's the TV.
Oh, for real? Oh, my bad. Take that. I thought you was on. I didn't even know.
We on live.
What's up with all my peoples? What's up with all my peoples? What's up with all my peoples?
Welcome
to another episode.
All my people.
And all my people.
All of them.
All of them. Man, last one of y'all.
It's Men's Motivational Monday.
You heard.
Hey,
You got me, King David.
Mike Greenies. Oh.
You already know what it is. Your boy Big Kevin K. Kevin Brown Jr. You knew.
And the nigga in the corners of the building.
Damn.
Shout out to Worldwide Collaborations.
Shout out to Chris.
Shout out to Busy One.
Bird.
Shout out to Star Qualities.
What's happening?
Kino, what's happening?
Miss Kim.
Shout out to Day to Day Podcast. Let's talk about it on Fridays.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? Let's
Yes,
talk
Lord.
about us being on the radio on every Sunday from 3 to 4 on Busy One Radio.
Wagwan.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the women on Wednesdays.
And let me do a special shout out to my sister Hosh for holding shit down in the corner that we, you know what I mean? That niggas in here sweating without her.
Oh, laughing at him, man. Laughing at him.
Without her, you know what I mean? Like, you know, her job is way more important than what y'all see, you know what I mean? To make this this shit happen. So shout out to her for sure.
On the ones and the twos and
The threes and the fours.
And now the video uploads.
Exactly.
I did that for you anyway. You know what I mean? I gave you your own sound effects. You ain't had to use that.
Man, so what's good, man? We got Shador Sanders up there right now.
I see that
man.
I want to play a clip real quick before we get to.
When he got pranked?
Nope, not the prank one. Just them talking about it, and if y'all been watching it, then we don't have to worry about that.
No, we gonna discuss it.
Yeah, we watched it, but we can discuss it.
We don't talk about that.
Okay, so.
Because if you a first round motherfucker, you get that.
You get 43. That's the difference. He getting 11 million.
That's the projected money. Like depending on they pay a motherfucker depending on what rounds you come out of. Like first round motherfucker. That's why they say, are you worth a first round pick? Because first round motherfuckers are expected to get a certain type of dollar. You know what I mean? Where fifth round motherfuckers, you will back up. We know you a backup. We ain't thinking you gonna start us off. But at the end of the day, I mean, like, he in the league. And he on a team that ain't got no guarantee, nothing as far as quarterback. And if that nigga get out there and do what he capable of doing, he might start.
He went from
you know what I mean? And still, at the end of his rookie contract, like Brock Purdy, he was the motherfucking Mr. Irrelevant. He was the 7th round. He about to get $50 million a year. He went on his first contract. You know what I'm saying? So to be the last motherfucker drafted in the entire league and to end up 4 years later about to get a $50 million a year contract, that shit happened. So I ain't really knocking. As long as he get out here and do what he's supposed to do and don't be trying to follow up on some bravado shit, just get out there and grind and just be like, all right.
So I see how y'all try to play. Why do you think he fell from the coming out in the first round to the 5th round?
I'm gonna tell you what they say.
I know what they say.
They say because he cocky. They trying to say arrogant. He trying to say he told him if you ain't trying to change the franchise, don't draft me. All that stuff went into play. His attitude. They trying to attack his attitude. That man's confident.
He got a great attitude. He humble as hell.
He is very confident in his craft and who he is. The boy puts in work. The boy played in a program that ain't won in decades. He played with one of the weakest lines. He's been one of the most sacked quarterbacks in college football. And y'all trying to tell me this boy ain't a top 5 quarterback? No, y'all didn't like his attitude. You didn't like how he talked and told you what was up. You want people to come and kiss your ass.
I think it's the daddy. Because, the same people, because I've been watching it, the same people that Deion Sanders used to kill on the field, it's the same people voting too.
But at the same time, his daddy know the league, bro. This is why people are mad at Deion. Right, but this is why people are mad at Deion. Deion knows what's really going on in the league. He know how they play. They know how they play with the money. So he teaching his sons the game, and they don't like that they know the game.
All right, listen. I think this is one reason why he went down from 1 to 5. He didn't go to none of the training camp things. You know how they do that. The events.
He didn't
combine. He didn't go to the combine at all.
He didn't perform. He didn't
do what he was supposed to do.
Yeah, he didn't work out. He went there. That was
the Cam Ward though. The guy who went number 1.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The thing is, I really think that it's a combination of everything. Like, and I listen to some of that shit too, where when you microanalyze the nigga, which ain't fair. But when you microanalyze a nigga, they said he took so many sacks because his processing wasn't necessarily great. They say he was so successful because the same motherfucker coached him his whole motherfucking life, where his daddy was his coach. And like what you said, it had to do with, it's like, well, once you get him out, when you stop building a team completely around him, he got to go to a team that's already established team. He got to do a system that's not built for him. He got to just perform. Then they was worried about it. And I understood that shit, but like you said, his dad, like his brother got picked up by the Bucks. Mm-hmm. His older brother. I just found out today that his older brother fired his daddy as his agent.
And they hired.
You know what I mean? Because he seen how these billionaires was treating his brother, and they was only thing they could relate it to Like, you know, the fact that this nigga he move a certain type of way, and they refuse to let a nigga act like he know how to play the make. Like every team was purposely avoiding this nigga, right? But Cleveland was like, we'll use our last pick because we know that somebody gonna get it.
The Bengals could
have we want him, but we following protocol. We protocol. We even draft another motherfucking quarterback in front of him to let everybody know, not think that we really like this nigga. But they was the ones that put him through 2 or 3 different practices, and they was the ones that really talked to him. He was always the line to go to Kevin Stefanski's program because of the way he played the game. And he fit perfect because Joe Flacco flourished in that shit. Joe Flacco can't run. Joe Flacco ain't got the strongest arm. You know what I'm saying? But he took them bitches to the playoffs.
Cold.
You know, but
that's what's probably going to get the starting position.
But at the same time, that's why they brought him in. They got Flacco. Somebody to train the nigga. They just got him back from us. He was with the Colts. Now he damn near.
This is what they did.
I mean, so now,
instead of paying 45, they exactly what you saying.
Right. So
I ain't got to pay him 45 on it, and now I got him in later.
And the thing is
unless that's business though.
But that's in theory, because if he do like Brock Purdy did. Brock Purdy wasn't supposed to get 11 being the last pick of the draft. Think about that. He was a 7th round pick in the very last pick of the draft. He wasn't supposed to get nothing towards 10 million. He facing 50 because of his play. That's why I say if Shador.
Hey, but
Shador years down the line. I'm talking
about his first contract. I'm talking about first.
When he got drafted, he got 50. He got 11.
No, ain't nobody get. None of these rookies get that money. Like Anthony Richardson, who played for our team. Like they don't get multiple $1 million like they very, very, very first contract. They on a rookie deal. That's why they be
unless you make first round pick.
Even first round picks get rookie deals where they not making 45 and 30 something million as a rookie.
You sure about that?
Yeah. If you look at the math, like they projected. You know, they get a percentage. When you a first round pick, you get a percentage of what the highest motherfuckers make. Second round pick, you get a percentage of what the highest motherfuckers make. But you still gotta earn that fucking first check. That's why they talk about that. Everybody work for that first check.
Hey, but somebody told me also. I read something about something like it's the strategy in that draft and shit. How they do it because the after the first round. The ratings, the TV ratings go down. Right. So they do things like have him in the latter rounds so that the ratings, so you you wouldn't watch everything at once.
Why you think
you'll watch the whole thing, but on the back end, he knows he's gonna get a lot of money on the back end for playing that role to take that position.
Right, because
and it makes sense what you were just saying about the one guy.
He wasn't even in there.
Yeah, like he was the last dude. Like he got in because Trey Lance. Remember Trey Lance? That name? Yeah. He was drafted like number 3 or something. Yeah. He was supposed to get that role. That nigga on his like 4th team now. Since he been drafted, because regardless of whatever you get drafted, you still got to show the fuck up. And like when Brock Purdy got in, he was just like we gonna throw this nigga in. This is all we got. This nigga played and they won. And they kept winning. They kept winning. They're like, well, fuck, we gonna fuck with this nigga. Like when Shador gets opportunity, if this nigga show up and show out, anyway, and they can't deny this nigga's fucking shit. Like regardless of whatever y'all say, y'all can't deny this nigga. Like they can't deny Brock Purdy. So when it's time for contract time, when my first 3 or 4 years up, and it's time to sign me to a deal or let me go, I'm able to say, well, all right, if y'all paying people $60 million. And I've been putting up numbers. I've been low interceptions, high touchdown, high percentage rating, all the stuff he was doing in college. And y'all found a way to keep I process a little faster. So now I ain't taking these sacks. Because that's the only knock they got on the nigga. Because if you watch this fucking little pro day or whatever he did in Colorado, that nigga can throw a 60, 70 yard pass. A pretty one. So what the fuck else do you need from a motherfucker? It ain't got to be the strongest arm, nigga. If you can still throw 70 goddamn yards, nigga, and hit it on time, and
I'm predicting that he'll be the highest paid quarterback
one day. Yes, I can see that.
I said it here.
You know, I can see that. But the only thing, you know, I think that a lot of people sleep on. They always talk about his athletic ability, and I'm like, well, his daddy was Deion Sanders. His daddy taught him to be a pocket quarterback for a purpose. But that don't mean this nigga genetically ain't got the fucking ability to be more mobile. Ain't no, his daddy ain't let him. His daddy put him in the system. Now he get him out here, and now you free this nigga up and teach him a few things or two. You might be surprised how fast this nigga run and how this nigga can evade some shit when he allowed to. He wasn't allowed to. That was his daddy. And what his daddy said be a pocket passer. That's what's gonna get you paid, son. All that other shit that's rare. If you want to get paid, play like the motherfuckers who started this shit. Stay in the pocket and play this shit. And I taught you how to do this shit from the beginning. Well, so if you learn how to run and scramble, that's a benefit because your nature is a pocket passer. But if you learn how to take your God gift as being Deion Sanders' son, being fast and twitchy and smart and doing all the shit you was born with, nigga, and on top of what you've been programmed to do, nigga, you might be the most dangerous quarterback because you already accurate. Like Lamar came out, he was already a runner. He wasn't the most accurate motherfucker.
So he had to learn
how to be accurate.
So his dad forced him to do the hard part
first, because you gonna learn how to run. Yeah. Running is come natural. Nigga. You gonna when a nigga coming at you and this shit happen fast.
It's natural for us.
Right. So you gonna get that shit. You know, but what I want you to understand is this is what's gonna get you paid and keep you safe. I want you to play quarterback.
This one thing I do know for sure.
He gonna break the bank.
The AFC North hit hard. We got one of the hardest divisions.
Oh, last year was one of the hardest. It's been
Flacco won't get hit hard by one of them Bengals probably because we know him for doing stuff like that. And your boy gonna be in.
They probably
we gonna see what Sanders
they got the cat from Oregon. He a good
But
quarterback.
Cleveland got like what, 5 quarterbacks?
4. Because Deshaun don't count.
Yeah.
He don't.
He towards the Achilles, didn't he?
Again, he ruptured again, so he down there out for another year. So that was the biggest motherfucker.
He was a waste of time.
Nigga, time, money. They paid that motherfucker $200-something million guaranteed. He got paid.
What's the other quarterback they had? That was in there last.
Dorian Thompson, that DRT nigga.
Nah, but besides him, it was the one before him. What's the other one they had? Jameis Winston.
Oh, James, he in New York.
He in New York now?
He in New York with Russ Wilson.
Okay. So yeah.
So it's Flacco. It's the 2 niggas they just drafted, and I think it might be Kenny Pickett.
Yeah,
the nigga from Pittsburgh.
Nah, he left Pittsburgh.
That's what I'm saying.
Where was he? He was at Philly.
Yeah, he's at Philly. I'm just saying that's where he was from. That's where we went.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, you're right. He didn't
play really for Philly. You know what I'm saying? He was on their team.
Right, he was.
Because Jalen Hurts played the whole season and won the Super Bowl. So this nigga was on their bench, and they grabbed him. They grabbed Flacco.
Pretty much.
You know what I'm saying? And then they grabbed 2 young niggas, like, because y'all niggas ain't even been, y'all ain't, you know, Flacco, you old. You want a Super Bowl.
Flacco wasn't even in the league. They bought him back in the league for that.
He was on. Are you talking about back when he was with the first time?
No, before he got back in the league and started playing again, he was out of the league. Yeah. Then they gave him a contract. He made, like you said, played well, got him there, and they kept him.
No, we took him. We took him at the Colts.
That's what I'm saying. Y'all took him first, though.
We took him after he won. Took Cleveland to the playoffs. He took him to the playoffs, and they got rid of him.
Did he play with Baltimore?
Yeah, that's why he won a Super Bowl with.
I'm about to play this clip real quick. Hold on, I'm gonna play this clip.
All right, everybody, listen up. With all the big-time sports action that's happening each and every day, the Stephen A. Smith Show wants to make sure you are taking advantage of it all. That's why we've partnered with Prize Picks, the best place to win cash while watching sports. The app is really easy to use. To make a lineup, all you have to do is pick more or less on a few player stats. Now, again, and as we can see, my nose is pretty large. Even though I got allergies, I can still smell well enough. I know what I'm smelling when I'm smelling it. Shador Sanders, 5th round pick. Really? Stephen A. Smith Show in the house. Let's roll. What's up, everybody? Welcome to this special edition of the Stephen A. Smith Show, coming at you over the digital airways of YouTube and, of course, iHeartRadio. I'm getting right into it because I'm off on this particular Saturday, but I had to make sure I let my thoughts be known, okay? Because we're going to get started with the story that made headlines all over, all the sports networks overnight, and then some. And that was the NFL draft and the precipitous slide of quarterback Shedeur Sanders, son of primetime Deion Sanders, who many considered the second best quarterback in January. Sanders was just picked by the Cleveland Browns as the 144th selection of the 5th round overall. Shedeur wasn't drafted in round 1 on Thursday. He wasn't drafted on Friday during rounds 2 and 3, and teams passed on him again earlier this afternoon in round 4. So here's a look at all the quarterbacks that have been taken so far. Cam Ward went number 1 overall at Tennessee. Then the Giants picked Jackson Dart with the 25th overall pick, a pick they moved up to get, by the way. They moved up to get that pick. Round 2 began last night, and the first quarterback taken was Tyler Shuck, who went to the New Orleans Saints with the 40th overall pick. Then in round 3 to Seattle, the Seahawks took Jalen Milroe from Alabama with the 92nd overall pick. And then 2 picks later, the Cleveland Browns selected Dylan Gabriel with the 94th overall pick in the 3rd round, and there were no more quarterbacks taken on Friday. So those are the 5 quarterbacks that went ahead of Shedeur Sanders. And before I give you my feelings on this, I want to show you the 5 quarterbacks the Browns now have on their roster. The quarterback room now includes Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, the aforementioned Dylan Gabriel, Deshaun Watson, who is injured with his Achilles tear, and, of course, now Shedeur Sanders. Ladies and gentlemen, you know it's bad when the president of the United States, Donald Trump, is pushing out tweets about how corrupt it is. I mean, think about that. President Donald Trump is pulling out tweets about how corrupt it is and how these owners look absolutely stupid or ill-advised. And I don't know about y'all, but I want y'all to listen before I get into it to my man Mel Kiper Jr. of ESPN, who is going off about Shedeur Sanders being snubbed because he had Sanders as arguably the best quarterback in this draft. Listen to what this man had to say.
The NFL has been clueless for 50 years when it comes to evaluating quarterback. Clueless. All that, no idea what they're doing in terms of evaluating quarterback. That's proof. There's proof of that. How many times say we know exactly what we're talking about with quarterback? They don't.
You heard what he had to say. Let me tell you something right now. This is some bullshit. Yeah. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to say that while in the same breath conceding and acknowledging that
when you want me to.
Shedeur Sanders is not blameless here. Primetime Deion Sanders is not blameless here. I'm going to say what I have to say, knowing that both of them have their hands at least a little bit dirty in all of this. But if you're the National Football League, okay, clearly it's not about talent anymore. It's about something else. And I'm going to tell you, I spent a large amount of the last 24 hours thinking about nothing more than I was thinking about collusion. Because how in the hell does 32 teams in the National Football League pass on a quarterback that was universally recognized one of the top 3 quarterbacks in the country entering this draft, and 32 teams passed on them, not once, not twice, not 3 times, but 4 different times they passed on them? How the hell does that happen? 4 rounds. It doesn't happen to a quarterback. We've never seen anything like this before. We've seen guys drop because of injuries. We've seen guys drop because of off-field issues, but we've never seen a quarterback projected to be a top 20 pick, universally recognized one of the top 3 quarterbacks in the draft, projected to be a first rounder, in all likelihood a safe bet of a late first rounder, and drop literally to the 5th round. We haven't seen anything like that. And when you're talking about the owners, I'm going to keep in mind, and I tweeted about this, seems very Kaepernick-like, as in Colin Kaepernick. Now, I've said on many occasions the man brought it on himself because once he was exiled from the sport because of taking a knee during the national anthem and you just irritating all the quote-unquote patriots out there as American citizens, I said, you know something? He didn't violate any bylaws. He didn't violate any laws. He didn't interfere with what transpired. Once kickoff time arrived, people are tripping. But still in all, he had an opportunity to get back in the NFL. All he had to do was show up to that workout that the league had organized at the Atlanta Falcons practice facility, but he didn't show up to that. And as a result, 2 hours beforehand, had everybody trying to come to a high school football field 120 minutes away, 2 hours away. So guess what? You did that to yourself. That was not Shedeur Sanders. Shedeur Sanders with the watch. Shedeur Sanders with his bravado. Shedeur Sanders with this supposed arrogance or whatever. He still balled. He still threw for over 4,100 yards. Still threw for 37 touchdowns. Still threw for just 10 interceptions. Still proved himself to be one of the better quarterbacks in football. Tremendous pause, pocket presence, accuracy, throwing the damn football. Didn't have great wheels. Doesn't have great athleticism, but the brother can play.
If you go by his stats, that boy won in high school. He went to the was it Jackson State? That's where he played at. They won a little bowl game over there. I think they won a title the second year. I don't know. Then he came to Colorado. Didn't have that much. Still, like you said, balled out. He still was one of the most sacked quarterbacks in the league. Man, the boy can play, man.
He came into the NFL with that bag already, and they don't like that.
I don't care about the bravado,
but that's
man.
what they.
You know what I'm saying? He had that bag before he came in, so the swag was already there. He got it from his dad. It was already in him.
It's uncomfortable to them, though. You got to understand.
Wait to get Deion out of there.
Deion Sanders was fucking them up. He top notch. They play two different positions, but he top notch. And they said the people that he actually went against and beat and won the Super Bowls, and they all got something to do with this. So it's about the arrogance.
From the coach's son from Atlanta.
Coordinator from Atlanta.
Yeah.
Well, what about it? Talk about it.
You ain't see that?
He called him and told him he was getting drafted.
Yeah, that he already got drafted basically a couple days before then, right when he waiting on it.
I can show it.
So he called the nigga. He
called
called the nigga while,
I can show it.
The draft was going on.
Hold on, let me look for it.
He called the nigga while the draft was going on and act like he was like, I think he said.
I can do the prank call.
It was New Orleans. He called right before the New Orleans pick. And said, "Hey, yeah, we look forward to you.
I'm about to send it.
Team, blah blah blah." And then he said something goofy at the end, like you gonna have to wait, or you got to wait for your turn or something. And Shedeur commented on
that's HIPAA though violation. How do he got?
You know what I'm saying? So
he got his daddy should be fired too.
His daddy had the tablet out. The little boy who's pregnant.
Yeah,
he played for Atlanta defensive coordinator, and he had the his iPad
Shedeur information
open and sat on the counter. His son on some creep shit, and wrote the number down and wearing off and said, "I'm about to crank this motherfucker."
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? While his daddy just sat the tablet down, his son was fucking hawking, and as soon as he sat it down, and like, I'm about to make a joke.
I got it right here. I'm about to show the little prank.
And his son just had to take the fall for him.
Yeah, hey.
I'm about to show the prank real quick.
But he wasn't gonna risk his job for the help.
You got that call.
Yeah, what's going on?
Ready to go.
Say it one more time for me.
This is Mickey Loomis here, GM of the Saints.
How you doing?
Good, how are you, man?
Good, been waiting on you.
Ready to go.
Yeah, we have. It's been a long wait, man.
No, for sure.
We're going to take you with our next pick right here, man.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Let's be legendary.
All right, but you're going to have to wait a little bit longer, man.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Ready to go.
What does that mean?
What? What did he say?
I don't know.
How you gonna ask us what it mean and you was on the phone?
You heard that?
He said you're gonna have to wait a little bit longer.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Why did he talk?
What the fuck?
Hey, that's
I don't know what that was. It's 50-50. But nobody got this number though.
It was private.
You
Bullshit.
But nobody got this number.
Because it's the draft number.
Like the daddy too for even having that information
Out where he can get it. That's HIPAA. That's like a HIPAA violation.
The NFL is investigating.
Yeah, they investigating. Remember, I told you that.
He already posted an apology to them.
So what? The daddy did. He's 21. He's 21. He ain't no kid. They keep saying he's 21.
His son already posted it, and they already talking about investigation. You already know who fucking did it.
No. They investigate as far as
how he got the information.
No, they're not talking about that. You know how the NFL do. Like if you catch a case and beat your bitch up, and you in the NFL,
they watch everything you do.
They investigate and once they do, then they punish you from the NFL level. So right now they just sitting back and like, what we want to do? They're gonna listen to backlash. They'll listen to fans complain. They're gonna listen to a bunch of bullshit. And they're gonna be like, all right, we can't allow that. We got to do something to you. You know what I'm saying? Just because it's just too much, you brought too much negative attention to the league. You fucked up. So your son did some goofy ass shit. All that apology shit is good for dude. But as the NFL, they got their own laws. Like Deshaun, he got caught up and he beat all them cases, right? He paid out. He did whatever he had to do. But the NFL still came down on that nigga. And that's what they saying now. The NFL investigating and trying to figure out what they want to do about the situation. Because it ain't like he broke no laws per se. It ain't like the dude didn't apologize and try to clean it up. But at the end of the day, that ain't enough for the NFL. So the NFL involved, but they gonna get back with us and see what they final jury.
The NFL was on some bullshit from jump. With
but
daddy, it might be a slap on the wrist.
But you know they might hang dude just to make it seem like the league wasn't on the shit that they was on. He might be the fall guy and take the brunt. Like dude lose his job, his son fuck around and can't you can't do no NFL nothing no more. You ain't allowed the games or some bullshit. You know what I mean?
But it's like at the same time you don't know what's going on because they creating a lot of hype around the dude Shador. You know what I mean? So you could just marketing. You could never tell what these dudes is on. But that wasn't cool what he did.
Hey, I got something I want to throw by y'all. Did y'all hear about that motherfucking white dude that was making bombs? And they called him, feds called him. He was making bombs, like real live bombs, like blow shit up bombs. They gave this motherfucker an OR.
What?
The OR.
I done heard it all.
This motherfucker was making bombs. A fucking ex-prosecutor and I guess he got some bread. His mom and daddy was both chemists. He didn't went to college for chemistry, and he was just fucking off, making bombs and blowing shit up. They went. Their parents lived in Mason somewhere. He went to Oxford somewhere, maybe Miami.
Oh, this here in Cincinnati,
nigga, local. Like this motherfucker was making bombs, and they found some bombs in like by a soccer field or something. You know what I'm saying? And they've been trying to figure out who it was, and they caught up with him. And they went. He had a shed, like his people had property. He had a shed that was outside the main house where he had all types of bomb making shit. They gave this motherfucker an OR bond because an ex-prosecutor showed up and said he's a good kid. Everybody talking about he this and he that, and he never meant to hurt nobody. He was just, and he loved chemistry and just did this stuff.
Knock it off.
And they gave this motherfucker an OR bond, and he on house arrest right now, and his mama's in their plush ass crib.
I ain't surprised in Ohio.
I ain't either, but the same thing we talking about some football shit that ain't really shit, but shit like that happening right in our goddamn face. Like this is the mini Unabomber.
Right in our front yard.
He was the mini Unabomber. Right. You know what I mean? Like, and he ain't killed nobody because he ain't had no reason right now. Let it have been a motherfucker in his life later on that pissed him off. A girlfriend, his girlfriend's mama didn't like him or something. Why did it blow their motherfucking shit up?
It's gonna trip y'all out, man. But he was just getting into this topic right here. It's gonna trip you out when you hear. This is his version of.
Yeah, let's get in the topic because we always been 40 minutes already.
Well, we spent 20 minutes listening to fucking NFL shit.
Yeah, it was almost 20 minutes though.
I know.
It was actually
6-7 minutes.
No, it was 9 minutes or something. We didn't listen to the whole thing because it was 28 minutes, but it came up to about 10 to 15 minutes.
We ready for this. You know, Stephen A. Smith phone.
He'll talk a motherfucker his neck off.
Well, he'll talk before you even get to the dang point.
This is the topic, though.
He'll talk and make you forget your point.
He trying to talk his hairline back.
Now he's trying to talk the hairline back.
You ain't right.
And what's that?
This is the topic.
Who you be? Whoa.
Hey.
Wow. What?
This just a bit.
So, babe, I want to give you a foursome for your birthday.
You lying.
I'm serious.
With them?
Yeah.
Bet! I've been waiting on this since we got together. Oh, snap. So where we doing this at?
Wait, why you so excited?
Because it's a foursome.
So why are you so excited to somebody else?
That was too much excitement.
I'm not excited. I mean, who wouldn't be excited for this? You giving me leeway.
Really? Seriously?
Y'all in on this?
I mean, you clearly don't just want her. Like, period.
I do want you.
Oh, so I'm not enough.
No, you.
That's what it is. I'm not enough.
No, baby, you enough. You always been enough.
You're not satisfied with just me?
Oh, he's definitely not satisfied.
You gotta have two more women?
No, you brought two
How
more women.
selfish are you?
No, look. I'm satisfied with you, only you all the time. But when you bring other women to the table, it's kind of like it's an option.
Wow.
You
He
feel
can't
me?
even be around other females and you.
No,
You that thirsty?
no, I'm not
You that
thirsty.
thirsty?
No, I'm not thirsty. I love you.
Thirsty.
You know, I if we can do this, that's cool. But that don't change what we have.
So you don't like your birthday gift?
No.
That's what I'm getting now. So now you're ungrateful. You're thirsty and ungrateful.
So Asian and a Latina, and we're just not. And you're that ungrateful.
Trust me, you are enough. This is enough. This
So
is
he
a
doesn't
great
even
gift.
want. He doesn't even want this.
No, I do want it. I want it for sure. Like I've been waiting.
Oh,
for
you
this.
want it that bad?
Wow, that was much.
You want it that bad?
Which one do you want me to? You want me to say yes or no?
I'm confused.
Are you yelling
Say
at
what
you?
We're not about to play that whole thing because it's just
I've seen that skit.
yeah. That's different to me compared to women jumping to conclusions because she invited it.
That was a skit of the trap.
But yeah, that was invited. I'm a female. She invited the other women and then start jumping to conclusions. So it's not the same.
Right,
It's all kind of scenarios when it comes to that. But okay, it's me and Mondays. Let me be quiet.
That's not the same to you, but they still will jump to all type of conclusions about he don't want this, then he don't like that, now you don't like her, you don't like
And then she was listening to them in the background too. They was in the back seat.
Entrapment, like a motherfucker set you up. Nigga.
Well, what? Hey, Chris said that was set up. He laughing hard as hell.
Right, that's what I'm saying. That one he got.
It's your birthday
Shit, I ain't never hear him explain what he really wanted.
It's on there.
It wasn't.
He got a chance to
But
say
it
Oh, he was gonna say that.
But it wasn't.
No, he didn't really say.
Because they kept cutting him off. Like,
no, but he said that she said he was excited.
He said this what I've been wanting, basically.
Right. He's like, who wouldn't be excited about?
Right, that's
my-
all he
my
was
old
saying.
lady talking about bringing some extra shit into the thing, and this is what she want to do, and you know what I mean. And I ain't go out and find no hoes. You brought some bitches to me and say, let's play. And I'm like,
Nah, for real.
Okay, like, what the fuck just happened? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Hey man,
but
damn
I'm
funny.
just saying, though, like,
Nah, she did the
real shit. Like you sitting up, you in a monogamous relationship with your old lady, and then she drop off this and pop up saying, guess what? I got a couple friends. I've been, you know what I mean? I want us to play. And you like,
yeah,
okay.
You
don't want me like, oh bitch, you just set me up. Like I didn't even ask for this shit. I didn't bring this to you. I didn't bring this thought to you. You brought the shit in front of me and I agree with what you brought me, and now you mad at me. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
just say no.
I just that's why I looked at it like that. That was just some bullshit. That was just a whole bullshit ass.
You might be great. Just say no.
That was just
that was a comedy skit.
Right. Like,
that was made for y'all to look at it like exactly how you said it.
That wasn't nothing that like.
Well,
but the topic itself though was something to conversate about. Yeah. You know what I mean? But that skit was kind of just rap.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt the same way about the skit.
So name some situations where you can see a motherfucker jumping in conclusions.
When they come home with it, they always think they cheat. Jump to conclusion. He for real, he can be if he don't come home from work some women, I'm not gonna say all, at an exact time. What you doing out there? What bitch you with? You know, you hear that stuff.
And they do shit like smell your balls.
Exactly, like
let me smell your balls.
Your yam bags.
Yeah, your yam. They want to smell the yammies.
If me as a woman, if I have to, me as a woman, if I gotta smell your yam bags, I'm not gonna even deal with you because I know you're doing something. That's dumb as fuck. Like if women need to pick and choose better, because at the end of the day, if I have to feel that I gotta be like, let me smell your yam bags and why you ain't come home from work at this time, if I have to do that as a woman, I'm gonna let you do you. That's dumb as fuck. That's silly. Like the women that y'all choose, and men need to choose better too. Because if y'all got women wanting to smell yam bags and worried about how long you taking to get from work and all of that, y'all need to get rid of them because they insecure because they might be doing some bullshit too.
And that's most of the time what it
So it usually women will fuck around with men and take it out on you. Vice versa, as men do it to women. Women bad with it. You would think she don't love you, no nothing, and she treating you fucked up, and she only treating you fucked up because she don't love herself and she know what she did. It's all fucked up. It's all fucked up. Women, they'll treat men fucked up just like men treat women fucked up because of what they're doing to that man. She knows she slept with this man, but then found out that her dude done got emotional. Wait a minute, I know. Hold on, I'm about to be finished. And then she got he might have started talking to a female just for respect because his woman ain't giving him respect. And the wife knowing, she found out that he was I did. The woman found out, y'all silly, that she was he was emotionally tied to a female and she took it out on him, but she slept with somebody. Women fucked up. They in the background talking shit to me, so I'm gonna let the men how they pocket. But I'm just saying.
She took me as Mondays and just
I took that yam bag.
Those motherfuckers shriveled up and
Wait a minute. You're not gonna do that Hero Man's Monday. No, you're not gonna dog us like that. No.
I'm not dogging nobody.
But no, you know what you're saying.
I'm not dogging nobody.
She did say she put this responsibility on the women.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. That ain't what. No, I didn't. I put it on a woman.
She was talking about women, though. She was saying.
I was.
But she slid it in there and said everybody.
No, y'all got no. But the whole conversation, she was talking about women.
From women's perspective.
Like women is
Okay,
doing this.
just say no to everything.
He's trying to go home.
I'm only telling the truth.
He heard it.
I was listening to everything she said. She said women wrong.
And it's really her.
But
it's really her.
But you missed in the midst of that whole thing. She still slid in there. Me too. Me too.
Vice versa.
No, but her whole thing was about the woman.
I know you want to keep her on your good side, man. You know, we already
it ain't that.
This guy over there, man.
Okay, so since they on that bullshit tonight, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and be quiet, but I almost shut this motherfucker down because they got the right one tonight. But go ahead.
Yeah. I don't even know when to pick up after that one got there. Oh, wait a minute.
I mean, I guess when it comes to, we were talking about people coming to conclusions. I've seen situations where, say for instance, where you got a person you're dealing with and you got kids in another spot and you gotta go pick up the kids or deal with the kids or do some shit away from that motherfucker. And now you and your baby mama together, and it might turn into some extended shit because the kids on some bullshit. It might take some more time. And then when you come home, her imagination then ran wild because you with a motherfucker she know you done fucked on. and your time ain't counted for. You was supposed to be gone for X amount of time and her man to take care of the shit. Or you just going over there to drop some money off of the kids, they need some shit. You was only supposed to be gone for 45 minutes, nigga. You come back 3 hours later, nigga. What the fuck you doing? You like, when I got over there, kids was nutting up. She was talking about this, and we got to start talking. And I had the kids alone and was trying to do some shit like that because I ain't around them. They ain't trying to hear that shit. No. You know what I mean? Because they know you in the environment with a motherfucker. They know you done fucked on, and your time and your minutes ain't accounted for in they mind.
It'll never take that long for you to come back home.
You don't never. You a bunch of times you don't never say that. You want me? Like it's like.
And don't not pick up that phone.
Don't leave it in the car. I just went in the house to talk to the kids.
I ran in there, grabbed my baby, and gave her a little
I went in there to do this, and I left the car was dead on the charger.
Your phone.
It was in the car on the charger, and I went in here to holler at them, and next thing you know, it was a bunch of chaos going on. So I'm trying to diffuse this and do that and do this, and I wasn't thinking about my phone. You knew where I was at, and then I come back and holler at you, and then it's hell in the building. You know what I mean? Because your explanations, even though it might be valid, ain't what a motherfucker trying to hear. Because when you dealing with opposite sex and then they know you around a motherfucker you done laid up with before, the game has changed. Now, if you with your sister, it's different. You with your auntie, it's different. You know what I'm saying? But when you with them up with your baby mama, I ain't got to deal with it because I ain't got to.
Ladies, y'all need to worry about when they saying they with their aunties. You need to worry about when they saying they with their mamas. You need to worry about when they saying they with their cousins.
Same thing you say when if you don't trust them, you gotta smell their game bags while you deal with them. If you can't trust them to say they with their mama or daddy, then why even put that disclaimer out there?
Oh,
we ain't never put the disclaimer up either.
Oh, hey.
No, that's what I was saying.
What is we saying now?
I'm gonna let y'all say it. I said enough.
But that's what I was saying. Why deal with it if you gotta smell? Men too. Why would y'all deal with a woman talking about she want to smell y'all balls?
I never dealt with it, but
that's weird.
I mean, yeah. So I got
because she love us.
No, that ain't love.
So what have y'all
attention? Some niggas like attention.
So what if would you invite some of your old baby mamas over your house to kick it, knowing that you with your wife right now?
That's not necessary. Like, it's politics. You gotta.
I mean, yeah, but
you know what I mean. Like, you gotta be like.
But you know your baby mama, and you know the type of shit that she could be on, right?
Right.
So if motherfucker come in your house and you know what I mean, knowing that they be on that bullshit, they know how to be cool and blend in, but at the same time be a snake in the grass,
shoot shots.
But hold on, who invite her? What you saying? What I invite my baby mama
right to your new
into my house with my new one,
yeah,
or would she invite my baby mama?
Vice versa, it can be either or.
I don't think.
Okay, if she invited.
Wait a minute. The child is living with the daddy and the wife.
Oh, the child is living with the daddy.
So the mama.
I mean, I could see why somebody would do it, but I could see why somebody wouldn't do it also. It depends on if you know that person's nature. You understand? Then it's like if you invite them into that house, if you that man and you invite her into that house and you know her nature, now you're responsible for the outcome. Take full responsibility of what happened.
So I will be responsible for the outcome.
If you invited her,
whoever invited her,
if you invited her and shit got and things got messy,
right? Whoever invited messy,
then you got to take full accountability for that because you did that.
Well, I'm gonna say this. Me and my husband had a situation where I invited one of his baby mamas in because their child was living with us. So, but my husband warned me and said, "Don't do it." But I ain't feel no way about it. I just felt like, okay, but her son here, she coming over here for the son, to see the son, right?
See him outside.
But I understand his point of it after the fact. before that, I didn't know her. I wasn't worrying about that, right? It wasn't a big deal to me, like, right?
So did he tell you
not to? He told me not to.
Yeah,
He did.
He warned her.
He warned me.
So why didn't you listen to him?
I know now to listen to him.
What?
For the people who didn't
listen in.
Because it was been years ago. It's been over like a certain amount of time. So I'm thinking to myself, like, come on now, it can't be like that after 20 years or 17 years. It's 17 years. It's almost 2 decades, right? Because listen, my thing was, this is somebody he dealt with, right? But that he know, but everybody changed. That's the same way. But people change. That's like them making it like that he the same person. I done heard some shit about him. So I can't.
But hold on, wait a minute. You said he dealt with her.
Right.
He knows her.
Right.
So
not after 17 years though.
But I'm saying you said he knows her. So my question is, what is it about this situation that made you not believe him?
It wasn't that. I just felt like I don't want her to come back. I'm just letting her come in because she came over here for her son.
No, and what we're
that
talking
was
about,
all.
like, we're not trying to judge.
I didn't think nothing about it.
I'm really trying to understand.
Right. We're from the beginning.
Yeah.
From a woman's perspective.
I was just being nice. Like, okay.
Process of it. Like,
so who was you being nice to? Because
me. I was changing myself. This was for me. I didn't want to be rude and be like, go outside and be mean, because that's what everybody say I am. So at that time, I was like, okay, she can't be, it ain't that serious. Like, her son here. You feel me? So I felt like she come in, but it wound up being a whole ass mess.
So this was the time that you took and you was trying to say, you were sending the message that I can do this.
I just felt like I wanted him to embrace the fact that, okay, you was with her. It's not like it shouldn't be no problem because it's been so long. He's about to be, he's grown almost. So why would that be an issue? But it kind of found out she like a baby too. Like she childish too.
All I'm saying is, I said what I said.
He was right about what he said though.
No.
Relationships, but the thing is,
but I understand why he didn't want it with that particular person though.
I'm talking about what y'all did is making this so personal, because right now it's personal.
I didn't take it personal because
I'm talking about because when you ask her, it becomes a personal situation, like questioning her decision-making process at that moment. Well, we're trying to figure out in generals to help and think about motherfuckers who ain't necessarily them two, but.
Well, that's why I asked her.
Exactly, but she gonna give you a personal answer, nigga. She ain't gonna give you an answer.
But she put it on the platform, so therefore she had moved on past the personal attachment to feel any type of way.
I didn't feel no way about it. I just felt like her son was there.
No, I'm talking about for her to put it on the public platform. She already they already moved past
right.
that.
Right.
So therefore they're at a mature level in this situation to whereas she can be asked the question and answer it.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm cool with that. Yeah.
And the question that was asked was a question because I really wanted to know from a woman's, because we can back to the assuming. We can assume that we knew why she did that. Oh, that's effed up. But whoever asked her why she did it, what was you really thinking about when you did that, and be organic about it?
I was just trying to be
and that's what I was
different
doing.
type
I was being organic.
Yeah.
Because we sometimes jump to the conclusion and we'll beat each other down from a male to a woman because of how we think.
Yeah.
You understand? But we never even took a moment to ask, how was you really thinking? We don't take all the emotions off the table because she's a human being. You understand what I'm saying? So we got to understand and respect her logic. Right.
I honestly felt like I'm a mother. That's her son over here. So I felt like, okay, she can't keep coming over here. That was my main thing. But the situation was she came over to holler at him or whatever she came over there for. And I was like, okay, she could come in for a second. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't thinking, but they was like, no. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, okay, that's
Give it a
been so
benefit of
long
doubt.
ago.
Give it a
like, why
benefit
is
of
y'all
doubt.
still on that?
Right.
We adults, you know, and I just felt like we adults. But I just felt like we adults. Like, I don't care about that. Like, I wanted to embrace the fact that it was his child over there, the mother, and me being the wife. I wanted to embrace that. You feel me? Without no issues. I didn't know it was gonna be no issues.
And I can understand that.
Right. But I'm seeing women on the flip side of that.
I didn't know it was gonna be no issues.
But want to see a nigga.
But he was right.
Like,
It was
I've
issues.
seen where a motherfucker woman do that shit to try to think like, all right, I want to see how they interact together. I've heard stories about that. He's told me, yeah, I'm over this, and I don't fuck with her, she this and she that. But I don't necessarily believe that nigga. I think he
What
might
up, Gino?
Well, not you. I'm just saying I've seen women who kind of be like, you know, pillow talking. But like I think that nigga, so I let her come over because I want to see that nigga squirm. I want to see that nigga really, because I think this nigga like fucking on the side still.
Nah, I wasn't none of that though.
I never said that. I'm just saying I've seen motherfuckers who use that same tactic to try to figure out if they baby daddy and they the nigga they living with and they loving on and taking care of another motherfucking child is still fucking on this motherfucker.
Go to YouTube. If y'all still on my page, man, go to YouTube and we right there. My phone about to start off and go dead.
You know what I mean? So I seen that where a motherfucker weaponize that shit and sit back and be like, all right, I'm gonna put these two motherfuckers together and I'm gonna watch how they interact. Cause you know, if a motherfucker, if a nigga say me and this bitch got beef, and then when they around each other, it ain't smoke, a motherfucker thinks some bullshit. Conclusions. Mm-hmm. Like you might tell your baby mama that, oh, I can't, your old baby mama, your current baby mama and your first baby mama. Like, I don't fuck with that bitch, she crazy, she this and this, I don't do. But then when y'all together, y'all energy, y'all joking and y'all cool and like that, you like, this nigga be talking bad about her, and he's still fucking on that bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, because he telling me one thing right, when in my face, but when I see him with her, yeah, because I never see them together. He just telling me his perspective. I want to see them two motherfuckers together so I can be the judgment of the energy. So I can see if this nigga really don't fuck with this bitch. So I can bring myself some comfort because I think this nigga might be still fucking around. Because I'm still figuring out my trust issues and I don't trust this nigga because I know he, because like I said earlier, like when a motherfucker know you done fucked on somebody and you got miscellaneous time to disappear, they have conclusions where they think that they know what happened or they have an idea of something that occurred. And then when you give them the explanation, they might accept that shit in your face. In the back of their mind, they don't believe that shit.
Right, so that means they don't believe
Right, so they like you. So they like, how can I figure that out? I need to see them motherfucking organically together.
Kev been eating the brownies.
I've been sitting here wondering
because he quiet in the motherfucker. Kev been eating the brownies though.
I had one.
One, how big? Okay.
1.5 or 1.5.
Because you know it got something in it, right? Okay. I want to make sure. Because Kev over there quiet in the mug. I said he been eating the brownies. That's how Miles was looking.
Nah, I'm just listening, y'all. For real, I ain't got nothing.
I like when you say stuff, but okay.
So
y'all be in it. I was like, I don't know what to say because y'all was in it.
Motherfucker need to just trust what
It's them
brownies.
brownies.
You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know, man.
I go with my feeling. I'm gonna believe. I'm gonna trust you. Like, if you say you don't want this certain individual around, then I'm not gonna have this motherfucker around. Period. Especially invading my home space. Period. My kid old enough, you know how to go outside and talk to his mom. He's a teenager. You know what I mean? And that's vice versa with, you know what I mean, females in the household and their daddies come over. You don't have to come to my house. You go outside. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to be over his house. Yeah, his house kicking.
I honestly don't see nothing wrong with it.
But would you be?
But that's an interesting point, right?
But would you be? But would you be at that nigga's aunt's house because that's your child and it's a function that's getting thrown in a neutral area where y'all both got to be there?
Yeah,
I've done it before.
That's in a neutral area. You know what I'm saying? Where it ain't my house, it ain't your house, but I got to be around this motherfucker in public. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because I'm not gonna not be there for my child, and it's their child too,
or grandchild,
or grandchild or whatever. So I'm gonna bring my old lady with me, or bring my man with me. You know what I'm saying, to this function, and let it be what it be. You know what I mean? But you know, I see what you're saying. Like when you bring it to your home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like come in my house and sit in my living room. Like you said, we can be in the parking lot, we can be in the cul-de-sac, we can talk outside, but inside I'm the same way. Inside my four walls.
It ain't like they some little babies. These are, you know what I'm saying? That's you know what I mean, visiting. Even then, motherfuckers ain't coming in the house though. Like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Even then, they not coming in your house.
Yeah.
When they little kids. So why the fuck they gotta come in when you have a teenager, almost an adult?
Right.
Why?
Right.
That's my whole point. Like,
no, you right though.
That's like breaking your privacy.
Yeah, you breaking certain barriers and lines that I don't even like being crossed.
Right.
Right.
You know what I mean? So if I cross them lines, then why you bring them in my house for? Like,
I wouldn't, but I'm different. I wouldn't care.
It's the energy. It's like,
I'm being honest. I wouldn't care. I'm just different. I guess I'm different. Listen, when I'm dealing with somebody with multiple kids and he got multiple baby mamas, I will never trip on that. If he can be cool and cordial with them, I don't give a fuck.
But
as long as they don't disrespect me.
But it's right. Exactly. That's what I was going to say. It's bigger than you. When you talk about the home, it's not just you. It's the home, and it's like when a motherfucker say, "Well, I don't feel this will make my home comfortable." And if my mate told me that something I was going to do was going to make my home uncomfortable, I have to rethink everything that has to do with my selfishness.
Yeah.
Because I give a fuck about me when it comes to our home.
Right.
And if somebody I'm attached to tells me something that I'm considering doing is going to make my home, not my street, not my job, not my car, not my nothing, my home, the only sanctuary I got on this whole fucking planet, our castle as men. Mm-hmm. You're bringing in this shit to my home. That is like, is that selfishness? Is that inconsideration? Is that what you start thinking like, fuck, like, because if you was to say something I was going to do to you, honey, was going to make you feel uncomfortable in your home, I would not do that shit blindly. Give a fuck how comfortable it make me. Mm-hmm. Because of your comfort at your home is the most important thing to me as a man.
As a man. Facts right there. Keep cooking.
Yeah, but see, but wait a minute.
Like,
can I say this?
Really care about that, because if we neglect our women and make them feel uncomfortable, that's the beginning of the end. That's cancer. That's a footprint for a nigga go to toe in his door. A nigga can slide in because you done made an opportunity where you didn't give a fuck about feelings. You ain't care about how I thought. You ain't care about this. You ain't care about that. And then there's a whole motherfucking avalanche. It's an avalanche that comes from that one little choice. Wow. And the motherfucker will never let you get past that shit. You know what I'm saying? But we are, as men,
more acceptable.
Because we built to take different shit. And since we built for that shit, we take that shit. Don't mean that we necessarily should. And we survive that shit and we learn from that shit and we grow from that shit. But in the initial thing, it's like, we would know in our minds, we know we would never do that to our significant others. Somebody we truly cared about. If they said something was going to make them uncomfortable in their home, there's nothing else to talk about. Whether it's my best friend, whether it's my mama, whether it's whatever, I'm going to kind of be like, Mom, I'm going to meet you outside. You want to come back? Drop y'all stuff, you know what I mean?
You and my mama might.
Right, you know what I mean? I'm going to come out there and because this is her home too. It ain't just mine. It ain't just my shit. Even though I might take the majority of the bills, I might have my name on the goddamn mortgage. It might be technically mad. But the reality is,
basically, saying the home is off limits.
It's the negative energy. If somebody
come in your house with the negative energy,
right, with that bad shit.
That's what it was too.
When you know somebody carry bad. Like I had a cousin that he dead now. God rest his soul. This nigga was negative. This nigga always was some bullshit. I love this nigga to death, but this nigga was homeless. I heard fucked up, and I had an extra bedroom living by my goddamn self. I never opened up my house to that shit. You know what I mean? Because I understood that this nigga carried negative energy with that nigga. You know what I'm saying? I was like, as much as I love you and I hate the fact that you sleeping on the goddamn park bench.
Right.
I can't allow you to bring that bullshit in my house because, you know, like the reality of it is that my home is the only place on this planet where I can try to control the energy in it. You know?
Mom's made it. It's
right.
Yeah. It's actually yeah.
Somebody was good with the converters, you know what I mean? Like I was watching, you know what I mean? Like, okay. You know, so you know, but I think when it comes to conclusions and stuff that we all can get caught up in that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
We can assume that we know because I know I've been a victim of it. I didn't like my motherfucker tell me they with their girlfriend, and next thing you know, it get to be 3, 4, 5, 6 hours later. That you went to go leave to get your nails done. It was supposed to take 2 or 3 hours, and 5, 6, 7 hours later, you pop up drunk. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like how the fuck do we go from getting your nails done to coming in this bitch drunk? Talking about, oh yeah, when they got done, they was going through some shit, and we ended up motherfucking. She had these, and then we ended up going to the bar because she had to pick up some stuff to go get some food to eat for her kids. We had a drink when we sitting there waiting on the chicken wings.
Oh nah, they knew.
And they come home and you like
was at the salon.
And I'm supposed to believe, right? And I'm supposed to believe all this shit. Like, as a nigga, we be like, bitch, you wasn't on one.
And then come straight home and hop in the shower.
Nigga, and then go to sleep and be snoring on a nigga like they
my
wounded.
God.
Like they wounded, like they ain't got no energy left. Like, damn, bitch, you just go out and bust a nut? Like, what just happened? Like, I just watched this.
Like a man can come home, didn't answer his phone, cut out, drunk, and then come straight home and hop in the shower
and they go to bed.
And go to bed, or it's gonna be smoke.
Fire, nigga, it ain't no smoke. Fire, nigga.
Hey, say that again.
That's a full-fledged call. Yeah. FPD, fire department.
Well, let's go ahead and wrap it up then.
You haven't said too much, Kev. Go ahead and do. We too late with disclaimer. You know what I'm saying? What you got going on here recently, Kev?
Tomorrow, come check me out at.
You ain't sent me the flyers? But just say it. Just shout it out.
Yeah, just come out.
I'll put it in here
tomorrow night. We got I got my show. I got Whitney Me Done It. I got T Fresh, me, Dante Lamont, or Dion Lamont. My bad. And Andre Holland is my headliner.
What time?
We start at 8. Please be on time. We're gonna start at 8:15. You know how black people move.
Shout out to Andre. He coming on the show soon. We can't wait.
Next Monday.
Yeah, next Monday.
We just got back from Jacksonville, man.
How was that?
We did a clean comedy show. We killed it. It was dope. Shout out to Jacksonville, Florida, man. Duval, they showed hella love. It was an eye opener down there, bro. Other than that, man,
Welcome to the hood.
It was blessed.
Spiritual awakening.
On May 3rd, this Saturday, I'm up in Dayton at the Legacy. I'm hosting with Jamie J and Andre again. Yeah, man. Keep rocking, man.
Dayton, y'all need to show up.
Subscribe, like, comment, post, share
again.
Day to day. Women's Wednesday. So we got
Let's
Sunday.
talk about it Friday, yeah.
Let's talk about it Friday. Then we got the radio show on Sunday. Walk on, come on, tune in.
Sunday music is close.
And then, you know, Monday, motivate man. Monday, you know what I mean? Tune in. Like
one of my favorite shows.
Highly motivated.
Shout out to Billy One Berry. Worldwide, shout out to Chris.
Warm it up.
Star Quality, Miss Kim. Shout out to Hodge, one of my favorite cousins in the world. Shout out to Mikey the God. King David. You know I'm at that nigga in the corner. Damn. Your boy Big Kev, I know y'all been laughing.
That Kev sounded like a preacher, y'all.
Hey man, they had me preaching.
I'm not surprised. I can see it in you.
That was the one thing that had me.
The clean squad.
Oh, we was in the church. We was in the church.
You know, the reality of it is like, you know, perspective is perspective. You know what I mean? If you learn how to use your adjectives and your verbs differently, like you can say stuff and crack a smile, but still drop jewels on the motherfucker. I feel like that's what we really working on is, you know, we shoot a lot of shit, we bullshit around, but at the end of the day, we trying to drop a jewel here and there, and for a motherfucker to carry with them, because this ain't wreck. We ain't getting a check for this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like we actually put energy into taking time out our day-to-day shit to try to sit down and just share perspectives to hopefully be able to touch a motherfucker and get a motherfucker to take something with them to consider for when they in that situation moving forward. Because we old niggas.
I've never been what we call like a one-trick pony. I like to be versatile minded, and I can do any style. I don't care what anybody says. I know I can sit and write. I know I can do crowd work. I know I can do clean. I know I can do dirty. I know I can do whatever. It's the confidence in myself that tells me I'm great.
I'm waiting on the bluegrass kid.
Shit. Hey, don't get it started, because I'll go down there and twang with
Whipping in the kitchen, mama used to do it, but I do it different, cause I need a bunch of blues in my mitten. Whipping in the kitchen, mama used to do it, but I do it different, cause I need a bunch of blues in my mitten. Whipping in the kitchen, mama used to do it, but I do it different, cause I need a bunch of blues in my mitten. Whipping in the kitchen, mama used to do it, but I do it different, cause I need a bunch of blues in my mitten.
It's bacon, soda, buddy, Mr. Arm and Hammer. I've been on with hammers, watch them on my radar scanner. You know I'm cruising like Tom or Penelope. You know I gotta digest bad calories. Got me on the stove tip with the water whip. Pyrex vision, I can vision this. Fumes going up my nose and I ain't got no mask in here. Counting more money than I ever seen in years. Times 3, times 12, turn 4 into 6, serving hardball and softball condiments, hand-to-hand packages, moving with some savages. See, I really got it out the mud with them packages.
Whipping in the kitchen, mama used to do it, but I do it different, cause I need a bunch of blues in my mitten. Whipping in the kitchen, mama used to do it, but I do it different, cause I need a bunch of blues in my mitten. Whipping in the kitchen, mama used to do it, but I do it different, cause I need a bunch of blues in my mitten. Whipping in the kitchen, mama used to do it, but I do it different, cause I need a bunch of blues in my mitten.
Count that shit on the floor, stack that shit to the ceiling, yeah. Scales, back to back, this shit look like reptilians. I just wanna get that money till that shit come millions. I be trapping like my pops, where you think I get this hustle from? These niggas, man, they don't want no bread. These niggas, man, they don't get no crumbs. I just wanna go so smart, these niggas wanna just act so dumb. I just wanna stack it up until I get 100 of them. I just wanna run it up, I think they wanna hustle from me. I just wanna do it how I do it, moving like a maneuver. Shoot it on the roof, and please don't make me make that car to do you. I just wanna go get this money, you already know we do it old school with. I chop the top, boy, you gotta go medulla.
Whipping in the kitchen, mama used to do it, but I do it different, cause I need a bunch of blues in my mitten. Whipping in the kitchen, mama used to do it, but I do it different, cause I need